Since the first civilization rose and fell, humanity has asked the same question. Why do those who gain power so often choose to destroy rather than to build? The answer has never changed, and neither has the remedy. As time passes, it may seem that warfare is changing, but I am here to tell you that, even with all of the advances in technology and the evolution of artificial intelligence, the reasons why wars are begun by powers that remain the same: money, control, and power. There is no war in the world that has ever been started outside of the paradigm that supremacy is the biggest bargaining chip in the world. If you are the supreme being, no one can outvoice you or control you. However, wars come at a devastating cost to humanity, the economy, and ways of life that may never be recovered. Whose right is it to make such decisions when the cost is so high? Those in power, particularly those who take the role of dictator, take the position of power as a right, not a responsibility. They exert control over others to force their hand, even if the sacrifices needing to be made along the chain of command are too high. They wield their iron fists, not for the sake of their country or organization, but to maintain their position of rank and power. However, these people may flaunt their power and blatantly challenge or even break the law, no human soul living like on earth can avoid the day of reckoning with their soul once they have passed. Every spiritual law broken and every karmic contract created will be there in the Akashic records to be resolved as lessons learned, which may, according to the level of crimes against free will created in the person's lifetime, may in turn take lifetimes to repay. The lure of power is strongest in those whose ego must be fed by the praise and attention of others. What better way of proving their might to their people than waging war on their enemies? The more scalps they procure, the higher their worth. How misguided they are. The most effective leaders are those who empower their followers, who listen and respond in ways that creates the best conditions for the greater good of all. Not everyone may get exactly everything they want, but they will feel valued and listen to along the way. Why does no government ever manage to achieve a status quo with the people that they lead? This is because their agenda is not written for the greater good, but for power and supremacy. Until the agendas change, inequality, poverty, social injustice, and unnecessary wars will continue to exist on Earth. There are still many countries on Earth where speaking out against the government is the most dangerous thing to do. Yet it is now happening more and more. People have had enough of oppression, which occurs in the free as well as in the third world, and they are finding their voice. We are not here to ask anyone to put themselves in danger, and we urge caution. There are powerful, spiritual ways to exert your voice and intentions without putting yourself in the firing line, and that is by using the law of group endeavor. I am the one you call Jesus. Meditation. Ground into Mother Earth. Connect to the light of Creator and hold the intention of being one with and protected by each is unconditional love. See or feel his white sparkly light and feel his love in your heart space. Ask to be taken to the crystalline lightworker's grid and be anchored into your own vortex, where you will always be from now on. Intentionally connect to all lightworkers on the grid. When you send love, light, and the violet flame into the human collective consciousness and to people or areas of the world from there, the energies will connect to the law of group endeavor and magnified by 1000% by the angelic realm. You can lie down on the grid and receive healing from there as well. Incantations. Mother/Father God, creator of all that is, I hold the intention of sending unconditional love infused with the violet flame of transmutation into the human collective consciousness, to all the innocents of the world whose energies are being intervened upon, into food supplies, water supplies, and chemical pollutants in the environment. Transmute all toxins to harmless and send them to God's light, into the forests of the world, to all animals of the world whose habitat is being destroyed, to clear pollutants out of the atmosphere in the highest and best way, magnified 1000 times by the angelic realm and witnessed by Archangel Michael, the Cosmic Council. Thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Hold the energy until you see, feel, know, or are told it is done. Wash yourself off in the Creator's light and hold the intention your energy is sealed, protected, and under the radar of detection by unknown forces. Ground back into Mother Earth and break your energy. Remember that no healing can be sent without permission. That is why the word innocent is so important. You can use the law of grace if you are unsure.